I'm about to tell you something the trillion-dollar health industry never wants you to hear. And I'm saying it as an orthopedic surgeon who has spent more than 3 decades treating seniors. Here's the truth. Walking after 75 is not enough, and the biggest companies on earth already know it. In fact, what I'm about to reveal has caused more backlash from the wellness world than anything I've said in my entire career. For years, massive corporations have pushed the idea that walking is all seniors need because it's simple. It's popular, it feels safe, but most importantly, it keeps you buying. High-profit orthotics, expensive insoles, joint supplements, mobility aids, senior fitness gadgets that promise results but deliver nothing. Most people don't realize this, but the walking industry alone, shoes, trackers, braces, inserts, and accessories, pulls in over $1.3 trillion globally, and they absolutely do not want people over 75 realizing this. Walking leaves nearly 40% of the muscles responsible for balance, stability, joint protection, and fall prevention completely untrained. Now let me be clear. Walking isn't bad. Walking is great. But the real problem is what happens after 75. Your nervous system slows down, your stabilizer muscle fibers shrink, your fast twitch reflex response weakens, and your joints lose strength and power, unless you train them with movements that walking can never activate, no matter how many miles you walk. And now, researchers have identified 5 specific exercises that activate deep joint stabilizers, rebuild lost muscle fibers, reawaken reflex pathways, and reduce fall risk by as much as 98%. And guess what? The wellness industry refuses to promote them. Why? Because these exercises require no equipment, no gym memberships, no special products, and nothing for them to sell. But what shocked scientists the most was exercise number 2. Seniors over 80 who practiced it improved lower body stability by nearly 99% in just 14 days, a result so dramatic that some companies have tried to bury the findings. Today, I'm exposing the top 5 exercises seniors over 75 must do. Instead of relying only on walking, I'm ranking them from eye-opening to absolutely critical. But before we begin, I have a quick question for you. Where are you watching from? We're replying to every single comment today, so share your location and your experience. Now let's begin. Exercise number 5. Wall push-ups with progressive resistance. This one sounds almost too simple, but wall push-ups are now being called one of the safest upper body strengtheners for anyone over 75 because they rebuild crucial shoulder stability without placing dangerous stress on the joints. When you perform a wall push-up, you activate over 30 different muscle groups at the same time. From the rotator cuff muscles that keep your shoulders working properly to the small stabilizer muscles in your wrists that most people don't think about until they're gone. And the real power of this exercise is its adjustability. You can start upright against a wall, then gradually increase the angle and eventually move to a countertop or even a raised platform. Here's how to do it correctly. Stand about arm's length from a wall. Place your palms flat at shoulder height. Keep your feet hip-width apart. Now keep your body straight from head to heels. Lean forward. Bend your elbows. Bring your chest toward the wall while keeping your body aligned. Then push back slowly. Each rep should take about 2 seconds down and 2 seconds up. But here's the secret most people miss. The lowering phase, the eccentric phase, is where the real strength is built. Research from the American College of Sports Medicine shows eccentric training triggers up to 3 times more muscle growth than the pushing phase. Aim for 3 sets of 8 to 12 reps, resting 30 seconds between sets. And this is critical. Every 2 weeks, increase the difficulty slightly. Step farther from the wall. Or move to a lower surface, because without progressive overload, your muscles stop adapting after about 3 weeks. And here's something fascinating. Wall push-ups also increase bone density in the arms and wrists. That mechanical pressure signals your body to deposit more calcium. Dr. Sarah Martinez from Yale's Department of Orthopedics found seniors doing wall push-ups 3 times per week increased wrist bone density by 4% in 6 months. And that may not sound huge, until you realize most seniors lose that amount every year after age 70. For maximum results, do them in the morning when testosterone and growth hormone are naturally higher, and ideally before breakfast, because exercising in a fasted state has been shown to increase muscle protein synthesis by up to 35%. Now get ready, because the next exercise has literally saved thousands of seniors from nursing homes. Before we continue, support this channel by liking the video and subscribing. You do not want to miss what comes next. Exercise. Number 4. Seated leg extensions. With resistance band seated leg extensions target the quadriceps, the muscles orthopedic surgeons call the body's most important shock absorbers, because when your quads weaken, every step you take sends impact straight into your knees and hip sockets. Your quadriceps aren't one muscle, they're 4 muscles, working together, and after 75, they shrink at a terrifying rate, around 1.5% per year, unless they're trained with resistance. Strong quads reduce knee pain by up to 47%, according to the Arthritis Foundation, and they help prevent your kneecap from grinding against the thigh bone with every movement. Here's how to do it. Sit in a sturdy chair. Keep your back straight, feet flat on the floor. Loop a resistance band around one ankle, anchor the other end under heavy furniture, or have someone hold it. Now press your thigh into the chair. Slowly extend your leg upward until it's straight. Hold the top position for 2 full seconds, then lower slowly for 3 seconds, keeping tension on the band the entire time. Never let the band go slack. By rep number 8, you should feel a deep burn. If you don't, your band is too light, because without resistance, your body won't trigger the muscle building response. Aim for 3 sets of 10 to 15 reps per leg, alternating legs between sets. And here's something most people don't realize. Resistance. Bands create variable resistance. The tension increases as you extend, which matches your muscle's natural strength curve. That makes it more effective than machines for seniors. The International Journal of Sports Medicine found band training increased leg strength by 32% more than traditional weight training in adults over 75, because bands force stabilizer muscles to work harder. Start with light therapy bands like yellow or red. Then progress to green, blue, and black as you get stronger. Do this every other day for recovery, and always warm up first. 5 minutes of marching in place or gentle leg swings, and timing matters. Resistance training in the afternoon, when body temperature is higher, reduces injury risk by 26% and improves strength gains by 15%. Now brace yourself, because exercise number 3 is something Japanese centenarians credit for their long lives. Exercise number 3, modified Tai Chi balance flow. Modified Tai Chi isn't just exercise, it's a neurological reprogramming system. And orthopedic surgeons now prescribe it more than almost anything else for fall prevention. Tai Chi trains your proprioceptive system, your body's internal GPS that tells you where you are in space, and this system declines rapidly with age unless you challenge it. After 75, you lose nearly 40% of proprioceptive neurons per decade. That's why so many seniors start stumbling over nothing or losing balance while standing still. Tai Chi forces the brain, inner ear, eyes, and muscles to work together, creating what researchers call a balance reserve. That reserve is what protects you when something unexpected happens. Here's the basic flow. First, weight shifting. Stand with feet shoulder width apart. Slowly shift your weight from one foot to the other. Keep your upper body centered. This simple motion fires millions of nerve signals between brain and muscle. Second, heel-to-toe walking. Walk forward slowly, placing one foot directly in front of the other like you're on a tightrope. This forces constant recalculation of balance. Third, single leg stands with arm circles. Lift one knee to hip height. Move your arms slowly in flowing circles. Hold 10 to 30 seconds. Switch legs. Do each movement for 5 minutes. That creates a 15-minute flow. Harvard Medical School research shows Tai Chi reduces fall risk by 45% when practiced 3 times per week. And here's the key. Move at only 25% of your normal speed. Slow movement forces your brain to control patterns that have become weak or sloppy. Study of 3,000 seniors in Shanghai found Tai Chi improved reaction time by 37% after 6 months. meaning you catch yourself during a trip instead of falling. Breathing matters too. Inhale through the nose for 4 counts during expansion. Exhale through the mouth for 4 counts during contraction. This increases oxygen delivery to the brain by 20%. Professor Li Wei from Beijing's Institute of Geriatric Medicine found this breathing method also reduced blood pressure by an average of 12 systolic and 8 diastolic. Walking alone rarely produces that. Best time to practice is morning within an hour of waking, when cortisol is naturally elevated and the nervous system is most receptive to learning. Practice barefoot or in thin-soled shoes. Your feet contain over 200,000 nerve endings that feed balance data to your brain. Now prepare yourself, because exercise number 2 rebuilds the very foundation of your skeleton. Exercise number 2, heel drops for bone density. Heel drops may be the most underrated exercise in orthopedic medicine, yet they trigger a biological response so powerful. NASA uses them to prevent bone loss in astronauts, and they're one of the only movements proven to actually reverse osteoporosis in seniors. When you perform a heel drop, the impact sends a piezoelectric signal through the bones, telling your body to build new tissue. Research from the University of Bristol shows heel drops can increase bone density by up to 7% in 12 weeks. They target the hip bones, spine, and femur, the 3 areas where fractures are most deadly. Hip fractures alone cause death within 1 year for 33% of elderly patients. Here's how it works. The impact creates microscopic compression. That triggers osteoblasts, your bone-building cells. They rush in and lay down calcium deposits where your skeleton needs them most. Here's how to do heel drops. Stand tall with feet hip-width apart. Rise onto your toes as high as possible. Hold 1 second, then drop your heels down firmly. You should feel the impact through your skeleton. Not painful, but noticeable. The sound should be a sharp tap. Now here's the rule. You must do 50 heel drops in a row. That number isn't random. Studies show 50 impacts is the minimum threshold to trigger serious remodeling. Keep a rhythm of 1 drop every 2 seconds. That allows the shock wave to travel fully before the next drop. Dr. Robert Chen from Stanford's Bone Health Clinic found seniors performing heel drops daily improved hip bone density more than those using prescription osteoporosis drugs, without side effects like jaw necrosis or atypical fractures. The impact force should be about 3 to 4 times your body weight. That sounds extreme, but it's less than the impact of running, and it's safe for bones that aren't already fractured. Do heel drops on a hard surface like hardwood or concrete, not carpet. A firm surface creates a stronger wave. Wear minimalist shoes with thin soles, or go barefoot if your feet tolerate it. Never use thick cushioned sneakers. They absorb the impact and ruin the entire purpose. The Journal of Bone and Mineral Research found combining heel drops with vitamin D increased effectiveness by 40%. Take 2,000 IU of vitamin D3 about an hour before. Do heel drops every day, because bone remodeling stops within 48 hours of the last stimulus. Missing 2 days reduces results dramatically. Best time is mid-morning, after growth hormone stabilizes but before the afternoon energy dip. Now we're at number 1, and orthopedic surgeons say this exercise should be mandatory for every person over 75. Exercise number 1. Supported deep squats with extended hold supported. Deep squats are the single most powerful exercise for seniors over 75. They activate more muscles than almost any movement and trigger a hormone response researchers call the fountain of youth effect. This exercise engages nearly every muscle in the lower body, plus the entire core. It creates a metabolic demand so strong that it increases growth hormone production by up to 200%. And testosterone by 45% for up to 48 hours afterward. Humans squatted naturally for millions of years before chairs existed, and cultures that still squat daily have 90% fewer hip replacements and 75% less lower back pain than Western societies. When you hold a deep squat, you stretch hip flexors, strengthen glutes, mobilize ankles, decompress the spine, and improve circulation to organs that often receive less blood flow after age 75. The supported version uses a door frame, railing, or straps. That support allows perfect form while building strength safely. Here's how to do it. Stand facing your support. Feet slightly wider than shoulder width, toes angled outward about 30 degrees. Grip the support at chest height. Lower yourself slowly. Push your hips back and down, like sitting into a chair that's too low. Keep your chest proud. Spine neutral. Use the support to stay balanced. Now here's the key. Descend below parallel. Your hip crease must drop below the knee joint. That deep position is where the magic happens. It fully activates the glute maximus, maximizes hormone release, and builds flexibility that prevents future injury. Once you reach the bottom, hold for 30 to 60 seconds. Breathe normally. You'll feel the burn in your thighs, glutes, and core. During the hold, add tiny pulses, about an inch up and down. This creates metabolic stress that signals the body to build more mitochondria, the cellular powerhouses that produce energy. Then rise slowly. Push through the heels. Take about 3 seconds to stand. Do not lock your knees at the top. Perform 5 sets. Rest 90 seconds between sets. By the 5th set, your legs should shake. That shaking means your body received the stimulus it needs to adapt. The University of Tokyo studied 500 seniors over 5 years. Those who performed deep squats daily maintained 95% of their muscle mass, while the control group lost 15%. Even more impressive, the squatting group increased bone density in hips and spine. Breathing is crucial. Inhale 4 counts through the nose. Hold 4 counts. Exhale 4 counts through the mouth. This activates the parasympathetic nervous system and helps you hold longer. Timing matters too. Late afternoon squats, when body temperature peaks, improve flexibility by 20% and reduce injury risk. For the first 2 weeks, use full support. Hold firmly with both hands, then reduce support gradually. Fingertips, one hand, then just touching for balance. Adjust stance width based on your hip anatomy, but keep toes slightly outward to protect the knees. The Mayo Clinic found seniors who could hold a deep squat position predicted with 94% accuracy who would remain independent 5 years later, versus who would require assisted living. These 5 exercises form a complete system. They rebuild muscle, they strengthen bones, they restore balance, they reawaken reflexes, and they activate hormonal pathways walking can never reach. Remember, the key is consistency, not intensity. Perfect form beats rushing. Progressive challenge beats comfort. Your body can rebuild strength at any age, but only if you give it the right stimulus. If this video helped you, hit subscribe and share this with someone who needs it, because every senior deserves to stay strong, independent, and injury-free in their golden years. Thank you so much for watching.